Hi friends, this is Nagajyoti working as an assistant professor in Department of ECE in St. Peter's Engineering College. So in the last session we have discussed about what is meant by a sequential circuit, different types of flip-flops, characteristic equation, excitation tables and truth tables. Now, in this session, let us discuss how to design a sequential circuit. What are the steps involved whenever we are designing a sequential circuit? So, the procedure for designing of a sequential circuit consists of seven basic steps. The first step is from the word statement or from the problem statement, we need to specify the number of inputs and the number of outputs. From the inputs and outputs, we need to derive a state diagram of a circuit. So, if we are writing a tabular column in such a way that in which it consists of inputs, outputs, and flip-flop inputs, such a table is called as a state diagram. If we are representing a state diagram in a graphical manner or a pictorial manner, such a diagram is said to be state diagram. So the pictorial representation of a state table is called as a state diagram. After drawing the state diagram, if there is any possibility for which both the states are having same inputs as well as same next states, then those two states are said to be equivalent states. So if we are able to remove the equivalent states, we can reduce the number of states. That is, from the state diagram, if a state is going for the next state as well as inputs are same for any two states, we need to remove those states, so the number of states required will be less. After reducing the number of states, we need to assign a binary values to the states by using a state table, and depending upon the type of the flip-flop, we need to use either a JK flip-flop, T flip-flop or a D flip-flop. If they have specifically mentioned a type of the flip-flop in the question, we need to use that flip-flop. If they didn't specify any flip-flop, we can choose any type of a flip-flop of our choice. And the next step is we need to derive the simplified flip-flop input and output equations. That is, from the table we need to draw the K-map and we need to simplify the expression of that K-map. That simplified expression K-map should be drawn as a logical diagram. So let us see how to design a sequential circuit with this design procedure. So instead of giving a problem statement, in this example they have directly given a state diagram of a sequence detector. So if we observe this state diagram consists of four states. Those four states are S0, S1, S2 and S3, and the outputs are having same value. That is the reason they have drawn S0 by 0. Here S0 is a state and 0 is an output for S0 state. Similarly, S1 by 0 represents output equal to 0 for S1 state and output equal to 0 for S2 state and output equal to 1 for S3 state. Now, if the present state is S0, if we are applying an external input is 0, it is going to the next state which is equivalent to S0 and output equal to 0. of the present state is S0. If the input is 1, it is going to the S1 state. So by observing this state diagram, we need to write the state table. So let us see how to write down that state table. I'll be telling for S0. So if S0 is 0, next state is 0 S0 if input is 0. If present state is S0, input is 1, next state is S1. So as we are having 4 states, we can represent those 4 states as S0 is 0 0, S1 is 0 1, S2 is 1 0, S1 is 1 1. So the present first state is S0 0 0. If input is 0, it is going to the same state which is S0. S0 next state is nothing but 0 0. The corresponding output equal to 0. If the present state is S0, that is 0 0. If input is 1, it is going to the next state which is S1. The equivalent for S1 is 0 1 and the output is equivalent to 0. Similarly, we need to complete this table by observing the state diagram of the sequence detector. And here they have asked you need to design by using a D flip-flop. So we know that the characteristic equation of a D flip-flop is Q of t plus 1 is equivalent to D. So as it consists of two inputs, one is dA and the second one is B, here we need to compare the present state of A with the next state of A. So in case of a D flip-flop, the output is equivalent to input. So whatever the values which are having under the present state, under the next states we need to write down. So here compare the present state of A with the next state of A as both are 0 0 which is equivalent to 0. Similarly compare the present state of A with the next state of A and write down the corresponding values. So in this case, no need to specifically mention dA and dB, or in simple words we can directly write down A of t plus 1 is equivalent to dA and B of t plus 1 is equivalent to dB. So if we observe the next column of A, we are having ones at 3, 5 and 7. So instead of representing other more two columns of dA and dB, they have directly written it as dA equal to sigma m of 3 5 7, dB equal to sigma m of 1 5 7, and output is equivalent to 1 only for the S3 state, which is equivalent to 1 and 1. So here S3 equal to sigma m of 6 7. So the next step is we need to draw the K maps for dA, dB and output Y. So here the expression for dA is sigma m of 3 5 7. So we need to draw 3 variable K map because it consists of two inputs A and B and other more external input called as X. When we are plotting a K map, the most significant bit is A followed by BX. So here the first K map represents dA, in which we are having 3, 5 and 7 are ones. So 3 is adjacent to 7, so that we'll be getting one expression. So if we combine 3 and 7, as it is consisting of two rows, both will be cancelled out, which is left over with a single column. The corresponding column elements are 1 and 1. The variables to the 1 and 1 are B and X. So if we combine 3 and 7, the simplified expression is BX. Similarly, if we combine 5 and 7, in which it consists of single row, which is 1 corresponding to a variable of A, and it is present in two columns 0 1 1 1. So 0 and 1 are of different for the variable b, so b will be cancelled out, left over with only x. So the expression for dA is equivalent to ax plus bx. Similarly, we need to draw the k-map for dB. In case of a dB, we are having a minterms at 1, 5 and 7. So 1 and 5 are adjacent. Similarly, 5 and 7 are adjacent. So in case of a 5 and 7, we'll be getting a simplified expression as ax. For 1 and 5, we'll be getting b bar x. Similarly, for the last one, which is an output, y is equal to sigma m of 6 comma 7. Both 6 comma 7 are adjacent to each other, which are present on a single row but two columns. The corresponding row is equivalent to 1 for the variable a, and two columns 1 1 1 0. So x variables are of different values of 1 and 0, so it represents only b. So y is equivalent to ab. Now we got the expressions for dA, dB and y. So dA is ax plus bx, dB is ax plus b bar x, and output y equal to ab. So here first we need to draw two D flip-flops. One is dA and the other one is dB. As they didn't specify any type of the circuit, we are assuming it as a synchronous, so the common clock is applied for both the flip-flops dA and dB. And along with dA and dB, we are having an external input called as x. So we got dA equal to a x plus b x. So here a is nothing but output of first dA flip flop and b is nothing but output of a second dB flip flop. So here we need to use two AND gates. The one AND gate input is a followed by x. Second AND gate inputs are b followed by x. And these two AND gates should be connected to an OR gate, that is ax plus bx should be connected to a dA. Similarly, whatever the expression which we got for the dB, according to the expression we need to use AND gates and OR gates. And we need to connect it towards the second flip-flop, which is nothing but dB. And the last is we need to draw the circuit for an output y is equivalent to a dot b. So we need to use an AND gate, and the inputs for the AND gate is output of a dA flip-flop as well as a output of a dB flip-flop. This is a logic diagram of a sequence detector for the given problems statement. So in this way we can design any sequential circuit by using a flip-flop, whether it is SR, JK, T or D. But the only thing is we must able to know the characteristic equation as well as the excitation of table of the corresponding flip-flop, so that we can write down the inputs of the corresponding flip-flops. Then we need to simplify by using a K-map. Whatever the expressions which we are getting by the K-map, we need to draw it by using a basic logic gates. This is how to design any sequential circuit by using any type of flip-flops by a synchronous clock application. But if we are applying output of one clock as the input of the second clock, then such circuits are called as asynchronous. So if we are comparing a synchronous circuit with an asynchronous circuit, synchronous circuits are faster because we are applying a common clock for all the flip-flops, so we can get output at the same instant of time. But whereas in case of an asynchronous, as a output of one is given as clock for the next one, it will take some time in order to get the final output. So the synchronous circuits are faster when compared to that of the asynchronous counters. And asynchronous counters are also called as ripple counters, or asynchronous circuits are also called as ripple circuits. Thank you.